feel like. 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like.
For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste. For the record.
So it's been a few weeks since I did a video, and it's been quite a long time since I've done an actual sneaker review video. The last video that I did was for SneakerCon London, and if you haven't seen that, go and click the link up above and you'll get to see some of the epic B-roll that I did from there. I think going forward when it comes to events, I don't think that I'll be doing a lot of vlogging from them. I just think that it's just nice to get a little bit of a flavour without my face all over it. I love doing vlogging, but I think when it comes to sneaker events, people just want to know what it was like, what the queues are like, and I may kind of do a summary at the end of it like I did for some of the Crep City videos this year. Anyway, let's move on. So while everyone's been going on about the hype over the Travis Scott Jordan 6 and everyone's been going crazy about that, I didn't go super hard for it. Now it doesn't mean that I won't be doing a video down the line, but I'm not one for a Jordan 6. I don't tend to wear that silhouette. But hopefully I'm not offending any of you guys that do, because it is a pretty dope shoe, but it's just not for me. But what is for me, and I've worked incredibly hard to try and get myself some kind of opportunity to review this shoe for you guys, and it is the Nike SACAI LD WAFFLE. Now, if you've been watching some of my vlogs from the last few weeks or so, I did manage to get my hands on a free pair of the OG red blue SACAIs. Yes, someone gave me a pair, I'm not even joking. Crazy, I know, but they were too big. So I spent a good while trying to get my hands on my size, and fortunately, thanks to a really good friend of mine, he sorted me out in my size in the white and grey colorway of the most recent Nike SACAI drop. And this is what we're going to be reviewing today. So here's the box. This is the SACAI box. It's the first time I've got my hands on a pair of Nike collaborations with SACAI, and Chitose Abe, I believe is the name of the designer. Now, if you don't know a lot about SACAI, they are a high fashion Japanese brand, and they've collaborated before with Nike, but this time around they're producing two types of shoes that are inspired by Japan and inspired by the culture and the blend of things to sort of really sort of encompass what Japan is always being seen to be, which is crazy. And that is what is in this particular design language. This is the LD WAFFLE, which is basically two Nike silhouettes blended together. They also did do a blazer, and it wasn't really for me, but it is cool nevertheless. So without messing around, we need to get this shoe out of the box and have a really good look at it. So I picked up a UK 9.5, which I had traded from a 10.5, which was too big. I personally think that this shoe is a true to size shoe. So whatever your true to size shoe is in Nike shoes, definitely go for that. If you're on a slightly smaller side, you could maybe size down, but I personally think true to size and you are on to a winner. And the box has got the Nike branding in a very glossy Nike swoosh on the top of the box, whereas the rest of the box is matte. And then round the side of it, you've got another Nike amount of branding in the old school Nike swoosh and Nike font. The tissue paper inside the box is white and black, and it's got the Nike and SACAI branding in black printed onto it. The smell of new Nike straight out of the box is amazing. I do love it. It's probably a little bit weird, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that does like that smell. It's a typical Nike shoe smell. This is the Nike SACAI in the white, grey and dark grey colorway, and as you can tell, this shoe is a blend of two shoes. It's definitely got that vibe of two different shoes, two swooshes, two tongues, 2 sets of laces, and this double up midsole kind of look about it, which is just crazy. Now for me, this shoe is definitely a contender for shoe of the year, and there are plenty that are up for that particular prize, but in my head, this shoe and this particular colorway and the black colorway definitely have got my eye for shoe of the year. Now, there are competition in the Travis Scott Jordan 1 and the Jordan 6 and the Travis Scott Low, but personally for me, I think the Low is definitely out of the running. It's just not for everyone, and the only reason that it's probably up there is because of it being limited release from sneakers. With this, there are so many other colorways, but nothing quite so wearable as this particular colorway. The upper comprises of predominantly this white mesh that runs its way around the toe box all the way to the back of the shoe. Now, one of the things that really surprises me is genuinely how thin the upper is, and it really does worry me a little bit as to the potential for it being damaged or ruined. So I would be really careful with wearing these shoes. It's something that I noticed when I watched Seth Fowler's review, and if you haven't watched his review, I'll link it in the description down below of this shoe as well for his personal opinions. But in my opinion, I agree. I think that it's 100% quite flimsy, but immensely breathable as well. One of the things that I also really did like was the double tongue that the shoe's got. It's got 2 tongues from the 2 different silhouettes that this shoe is made, basically a blend from, and it's got the Nike sportswear branding on the first tongue, and on the inside tongue is the Nike SACAI branding. The really obvious thing that you can see with this shoe is the double swoosh on the outside in a grey and white colorway, and then as you go through around the front of the toe box is a dark grey and light grey suede, and quality wise it's okay. It could be better, but it's okay. It does the job that it's supposed to, and as far as I'm aware, obviously it's again the blend of the 2 shoes put together, and I don't know which one is what. And that also goes for the heel counter portion of this shoe as well. You've got the light grey leather, and you've also got this sort of almost like a dark grey suede as well. It kind of feels a little bit sort of suede and felty. It's not quite that premium suede that you get on other kinds of shoes. So remember, this shoe is retailing at around 140 UK pounds, so you shouldn't be maybe too surprised that they haven't used the most premium of materials, but you should expect some decent materials, and it is what you've got, so there is no reason to kind of think it's going to be really cheap for what you paid. But I would be concerned if you were thinking about paying the resale on these shoes, because the resale is going to be high, and you may be a little bit worried to wear these as a daily driver. Personally for me though, I think that the overall aesthetic and the quality of the materials are not that bad. As we kind of move into the sort of lace loop area, you've got a surround of the dark grey suede, and then you've also got this light grey suede that runs all the way through into the lace loops, and then you've got the stranger elements, which are again these double ups. So this time a double up of the lacing system, which is in a white and a light grey. And if you don't like that, you've got the opportunity to swap them out for the blue laces that come in the box, which I can imagine would be extremely difficult to swap out. I can't imagine that that would be easy, and I can't imagine that many people would want to wear these without that double up lacing system. But the only thing that I will say is it will be difficult to adjust them. That's all I will say. Moving on into the shoe, you have got the Nike SACAI branding on the inside of this shoe in a orange color, and you've got that on the back of the heel counter as well. That is in a light grey leather panel with the Nike SACAI branding in a dark grey. The sock liner is made of a sort of soft material, which is quite comfortable to wear, so it's definitely a comfortable shoe all round. Maybe not the most comfortable shoe that you would have ever worn before, and competing with something say like Air or React or anything like that, it's a bit more old school. the biggest thing to go through with this shoe is that double and unique midsole. The shape of the midsole is rather interesting. It is the eye-catcher thing of this particular shoe. It's like having two soles, one on top of the other, with the top sole kind of protruding out the back side. Now, that is sometimes the thing that some people are put off by this particular shoe, is this strange protruding midsole just sticking out the back of the shoe. Personally, I really do think that it gives it that high fashion design, a kind of hint nodding at SACAI and their design language. Personally, I really do like it, and obviously having two midsoles kind of works really, really well with this double everything kind of aesthetic. On the bottom part of the midsole is the waffle portion of it, and it has got the traditional waffle sole on there with the angular element of the rear part really, really apparent. And if you know about your waffles, you know that that is something of a mainstay in waffle shoes. And I used to own plenty of waffles years ago, back in the day, in my early hairdressing days. They were the shoe to have. And it's what really drew me to this particular collaboration. I really do like this collaboration. I really like the design language that is in the particular shoe, and the collaboration with SACAI has been a growing collaboration with Nike as well. They did things before and now they're moving on to this, and hopefully they'll do more in the future. There are also other colorways. There was a black and grey colorway, and there was also a pink, green, orange, yellow colorway that dropped in this particular pack of LD waffles. And then there were also a previous drop before with the OG colorways as well. They didn't really stand out to me, the original colorways, and it was around the time when the first Travis Scott Jordan was dropping, and I couldn't afford both, so I had to make a decision which was going to be the one to go for. And the Travis Scott Jordan, it just blew my mind. I definitely needed to get that shoe in my collection, so I went hard for that. This time around, I tried so hard to get hold of these, and it was literally L season for me. So thankfully, having that opportunity to trade for these has given me probably one of the shoes of the year. With all that being said, all I can say is that this particular collaboration is definitely something to look at. If you are looking to pay resale, please be careful. Make sure the shoes are in good quality and they aren't damaged, and also make sure that you're buying from people you trust. I really hope you enjoyed this particular review of the Nike SACAI LD waffle in the white and grey colorway. If you did like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button too. And if you want to know when new videos drop, just hit that bell next to the subscribe button and it will give you notifications of when there is a new video live. I think it's time to see these on feet. That is it for Tie Kicks for this week. We'll be doing another review very, very soon, and some more vlogs as well. If there's any questions you want to ask, don't forget to write in the comment section down below, and don't forget to check out my Instagram account at Ty_KIX, which is at TY_KIX. And I'll catch you guys for another video really soon.